Good afternoon from London. It's a bright May afternoon here in London. And hello to all dear comrades, friends, and supporters from me, Dr. Dermot Hudson, the chairman of the British Group for the Study of the Juche idea, chairman of the Korean Friendship Association of the UK, and the official delegate of KFA for the UK, President of the Association for the Study of Songun Politics UK, and of course, the owner of this very channel, Songun 007, the militant voice of Songun and Juche in the UK, defending people's Korea with no ifs or buts. And today I've got a short video lined up because I've been very busy over the past few weeks, and I've got a live stream tomorrow and also a meeting on Saturday. So just sort of taking time out to make a short video about a subject I feel passionately about, the Kwangju Massacre that happened in South Korea uh, 44 years ago in May. And, this is something that I think may be a new subject for many people who watch this channel, because it's something that's sort of kept hidden by the mainstream media, by the, human rights liberals, by academics and NGOs. They don't talk about the Kwangju massacre in South Korea, which occurred when there was an uprising in South Korea in May 1980. So, some 44 years ago, the South Korean puppet fascists drowned the city of Kwangju in blood. And let's not forget that South Korea is a fascist state. Yes, it is a fascist state. A lot of liberals and people like NK News try to deny this and pretend it's not fascist, but it is a fascist regime. It's got the national security law and anti-communist law. And recently, South Korea bans the very popular DPRK song "Friendly Father," which I actually heard for the first time when I was visiting the DPRK. But the South Korean puppets who go on about freedom and human rights and democracy actually banned the song, which shows that they are indeed a fascist regime. This is a song you can listen to on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere. Very popular song. But it was too much for the puppets. So anyway, on with the video. In May 1980, the South Korean fascist puppet army killed 5,000 people and injured 14,000 in the South Korean city of Kwangju, which is in the southeast of South Korea. And it was traditionally one of the poorer areas of South Korea. In this city, in May 1980, the residents had organised protests against the military fascist dictatorship of Chon Doo-han, and he had seized power in South Korea. There was a long train of events which started with the assassination of the puppet fascist dictator Park Chung-hee, who'd ruled South Korea for about 18 years. He was assassinated by his own chief of security on the orders of the Americans, who found him an embarrassment to them, and so they decided to bump him off. And anyway, the new fascist regime of Chon Doo-han basically staged its own coup and declared martial law, imposing curfews on the country. These protests for freedom and democracy in Kwangju quickly turned into an uprising against the military dictatorship and were forcibly put down by the South Korean military. It was a truly barbaric massacre, an act of genocide by the South Korean military fascists against the civilian population. It was a fascistic and despotic act aimed at suppressing the democrats and patriots of South Korea. Standing behind the South Korean puppets and manipulating them was, of course, the US imperialists. We must never forget that it was actually the US that held a peacetime operational command over the South Korean army, the South Korean puppet army. It could not move without the say-so of the US commander in South Korea. Moreover, the then South Korean military fascist dictator Chon Il-han had been trained in the US and had actually fought in the Vietnam War. He was a special agent of the US Central Intelligence Agency. At a special meeting that was held at the White House on the 22nd of May 1980, attended by Edmund Muskie, Warren Christopher, Zbigniew Brzezinski, and Donald Gregg, among others, it was decided that the Kwangju uprising should be suppressed. And note the presence of Donald Gregg at this meeting, the US ambassador to South Korea, because these days Donald Gregg, who must be getting on in years quite a lot, is sort of touted as some kind of liberal career expert, and he's on the board of different think tanks and dodgy NGOs and writes articles, but he was actually a party to the decision to order the Kwangju massacre. On the 22nd of May, the US, 1980, the US commander in South Korea, General Wickham, gave a green light for the South Korean puppet armed forces to suppress the Kwangju uprising by force. President Jimmy Carter of the US, a supposed human rights liberal, who used to bang on all the time about Soviet dissidents and whatnot, said that security concerns must override human rights. The US also sent the USS Coral Sea to South Korea to be on standby to assist the South Korean armed forces in the suppression of the Kwangju uprising. And I believe that US Army helicopters also took part in the Kwangju massacre. The US imperialists are the true author of the Kwangju massacre. US imperialism has the blood of 5,000 South Koreans on its hand. Today, the perpetrators of the Kwangju massacre still have not been brought to justice and remain at large. And I think would sort of also say that what the Kwangju massacre proves beyond all doubt is that South Korea is not a democracy, it's a fascist regime. There's no human rights in South Korea. People have very long working weeks. South Korea has the highest suicide rates in the world. But the human rights liberals like Amnesty International, like Link, and so on, never ever mention this. They just bang on about scumbag defectors who betrayed people's career just to have dollars in their pockets and be on US talk shows and have plastic surgery. That's all the the human rights liberals care about, not the South Korean people who were gunned down by the South Korean puppet army uh, 44 years ago. Of course, People's Korea is the true democracy, a people's democracy where people have got all rights and enjoy free housing, free healthcare, and free education. And we must make these facts widely known to people in the world. Before I go, I'll just say a few words about, forthcoming stuff. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a live stream, which will also touch on the subject of human rights and democracy in Juche socialism. And on Saturday, we have our big meeting on the 25th of May at 2 p.m. in central London. If you're on the KFA mailing list, you would have got details of the venue. But otherwise, please email us, contact us through social media for details of the meeting venue. It's going to be followed by an excellent barbecue as well. And we've got an offer of a donation of a banana cake for the barbecue. So it sounds great. Anyway, I'll conclude here. I wish everybody a very good day. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel Songun 007, please subscribe and share content from the channel. Also, look out for our affiliated channel, Korean Friendship Association of the UK. Please buy our books. There'll be a link in the description. And above all, come to our events. So see you all again soon. I hope to be more active in making videos. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.